So one of the biggest attractions of Halo's multiplayer for me is the ability to customize your Spartan with loads of cool helmets and armors for other people to see in multiplayer. So today I want to go through 16 of my favorite armors throughout the Halo franchise that I want to see return in Halo 6. Remember, this is my own personal list, so don't forget to tell me in the comments below what your own choices are, and hopefully you enjoy. First, we're going to start off with Achilles, a helmet that is very well known in Halo 5 due to being the only helmet you can actually earn in-game through achievements. Ignoring how stupid it was we had to wait 4 months for it, I like the design of it. It definitely looks unique and is one of the few helmets in Halo 5 that tried to be really different, and it actually works. Even in Halo 5's rapid-paced multiplayer, it still stands out in-game, and the helmet overall just looks great. Even the actual armor, which sometimes feels like it's forgotten about, looks nice and just really slick. I'd love to see it return in Halo 6 with in-game achievements still needed, and hopefully for all the armors in the entire game. So Argus is obviously most well known as being Linda's armor in Halo 5, even though we'd previously seen it in Halo Escalation, and I've always really liked the design of the helmet since I saw it, and I'd love to see it make a return in Halo 6. I assume Linda will appear in Halo 6 in some sort of fashion, so it makes sense for the armor to appear in the multiplayer, and I just really enjoy it as it feels unique and clearly has a sniping focused purpose that just looks cool and, like I said, feels really unique. I do understand people's complaints that it looks kinda busy, and to a certain extent I agree, but I still like the design, and if they clean it up a bit, it could be a really awesome addition for Halo 6's multiplayer. Commando is one of the most basic armors in the series, but in the best way possible. I feel like since Halo Reach, everyone in the back of their minds kind of just looked at this armor with a certain level of respect. It just looks so great, especially in Halo Reach when it first appeared. It just has a nice clean design to it that just looks purely like a Spartan, and it just shows off the visor, and it's awesome. I absolutely love this in Reach, and the Noble helmet in Halo 5 was surprisingly accurate, even though I didn't love it as much as kind of the gritty military style of the Reach one, and while I don't love the armor set itself in Halo 5, it was pretty good. So yeah, I definitely think this needs to make a return in Halo 6, hopefully mainly inspired by the version in Halo Reach. EVA is a pretty iconic Halo helmet by now. At first I thought it looked pretty weird, but it does stand out and look awesome. I'd love to see the next EVA armor mainly look like Halo 3 and Halo Reach's, and while I really hated Orbital in Halo 4, I just would love to see it appear in Halo 6. This more than any other helmet just looks great at showing off visors, and obviously the awesome Emil variant with the skull would be an awesome addition for Halo 6 multiplayer. So yeah, for me this is definitely a must-have for Halo 6, and really any Halo game that's going to be in the near future. Hayabusa is another great Halo armor that doesn't even need much explaining. I mean, look at it, it's a ninja. I remember seeing this in Halo 3 multiplayer all the way back, and just being in awe the first time I saw it, and making it have a return in Halo 6 in some sort of way would be awesome. Even if it was just the katana or something cool and unique like that, that really just makes Halo feel fun and creative again. So yeah, an awesome helmet and awesome concept that I'd just love to see return in some form, hopefully in Halo 6. Although I didn't love what they did with Buck in Halo 5, I did really enjoy his design. Again, there's not much to say, but it looks exactly like an ODST turned Spartan helmet. It just has a nice bulky design to the armor and to the helmet that I think at least works well in Halo 5 itself. Overall, it's just a nice interpretation of the ODST armor that I would have no problem returning and would be really excited if we did have a chance to look at it again in Halo 6's multiplayer. Mark IV is an obviously beautiful looking armor that if combined with maybe a more traditional Halo art style in Halo 6 would look absolutely great, especially since I did for the most part like the Halo 5 interpretation. The Mark V also is a nice iconic Halo armor that has looked great in pretty much every installment in the series except that horrible abomination that originally came in Halo 5. We don't need to talk about that, but yeah, it's Chief's first in-game armor of the entire series and should definitely make an appearance somewhere in Halo 6. And since I'm including all of Chief's armors, then arguably his most famous armor, the Mark VI, needs to be on there very similar to its original design. Don't try and make a new design to be different and be unique, just keep it as the original, change some things if you need them to, but for the most part just keep it the same, keep it the original iconic armor, and that's all you really need to do. And finally, ending out Chief's armors, we are going to have his current suit, the Mark VI Gen 2 I think is what it's called, does it even have a name? If you know, please comment down below, because I don't really know. I've warmed up to it now, even though I didn't love it when it first got revealed, and it is a little ridiculous that it's been 6 years now and we still haven't gotten to use his armor in multiplayer, and yeah, I'd really love if this was included in Halo 6. ODST is another iconic armor that obviously isn't for Spartans, but if well done can look really great in multiplayer. We can have the redesign of Helljumper, but we also need the original looking ODST helmet and armor, and as long as it doesn't look like whatever that was supposed to be in Halo 4, I think we'll be in good shape. Operator is a helmet and armor I think most people probably forgot about as it was part of the failed specialization idea in Halo 4, but I do really like the design. Again, I can't really nail down what specifically I really like about it, but it's just a little reminiscent of security for me, and although I think it's unlikely it will return in Halo 6, since we didn't see it in Halo 5, I'd have no problem with it and I would enjoy seeing it again, so that'd just be really cool. One of my personal ones that I just really enjoy seeing again if it decided to return in Halo 6's multiplayer. Recon is probably one of Halo's most recognizable armors, and that's just because it's got such a sleek and fun design to it. I know it just evokes so many memories and feelings for people, and the helmet looks great especially in Halo 3 and Reach, and I am really confident that it will appear in Halo 6. We don't need an attempted sort of redesign like Halo 5, just give us the great looking original design at launch, and then you can play around with variants afterwards. Security is a pretty awesome armor that's undergone a number of changes since it's appeared all the way back in Halo 3, and my personal favorite design of Security is probably Halo Reach. I just love the helmet and bulky design of the armor, and this is something that sort of transferred over to Halo 5, but not really. It kind of had this weird skinny version, with the visor was kind of weird. And overall, Halo 5's I didn't love, but it didn't really feel like Reach's. I just really love to see a Halo Reach inspired security armor show up somewhere in Halo 6. Scout has also had some weird changes in the past, specifically with Halo Reach, but I do absolutely love the main Halo 3, 4, and 5 designs. The shape really just makes it feel unique, and it has a nice presence to it that I would love to see return in Halo 6. And it'd be even cooler if the original design and the Reach design both appeared, and people had the option to choose between both of them. And finally, Venator is a pretty strange armor, especially with the lack of an actual visor, but it still does really stand out in Halo 4. If it does return, I'd love to see you actually be able to customize the visor color, and similar to Achilles, have in-game achievements to unlock the armor, just like originally in Halo 4. So those were my picks for the 16 favorite armors of mine that I would love to see return in Halo 6. Hopefully we won't have the excessive amount of unnecessary wreck variants like Halo 5, but still a nice variety that will hopefully hit on a nice variety of different armors throughout the entire series. So tell me in the comments below which armors and helmets you want to see return in Halo 5 that I talked about, or even some that I didn't talk about. Comment in the comments below, and thank you guys for watching Majestic Gaming.